What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to another live video here on Skullman TV. Alright, as y'all can see, I got a couple little things to go over again today. We have a tremendous, well, not a tremendous amount, but a good little bit of news to go over. And that is regarding Pokemon Legends ZA. Also, don't worry, you guys, we will be doing a Pokemon team reveal and doing that video probably October 10th at the max. So, so sorry, you guys. So, with that out of the way, drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get on with the video, you guys. So, going over things over here, we have what we have. We have a little bit of info on Pokemon Legends ZA. Well, alright. We're going to go horizontal, and we're going to go over the first little bit of information that we want to go over, which is going to be TikTok. So,
the owner.
Right over here, we had a little bit of a video. So we had this. Day in the life of Lumiose. Rooftop gliding. Which we also see some interesting little gameplay with the perfectly timed Hydro Pump, honestly. Where their fainting looks like an Alakazam. We're sitting here having tea with Gengar. We see a new little food here, looks like a little cake. I'm sure that purple has representation for Gengar. And it's probably a food that Gengar loves, because I believe we've seen different cakes and stuff in the videos. And as we're ranking up, we get to Mega Evolve into Gengar and start to save Lumiose, and we see Gengar fighting off against Ampharos, which that's not too much. Obviously we see a little bit of detail with maybe the cake and stuff like that. Also getting to see a Mega Ampharos battle, you know, so on and so forth, and a little bit of Lumiose of the Lumiose Tower. So yeah, so we get not too much different little footage right here. Let's go back horizontal. Let's get back to YouTube and look at some of these trailers that I saved to my watch for later. So, let's see. Let's go over some of this. We're going to go over the 6-minute long one last, because I do believe that is the second one. So, we got to see... Uh-oh. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so we get to see this right here, where we get to see an amazing surf, actually. And Nightfall. So a lot of people, we were going over this whole surf right here. What an amazing little surf, because like, I get it. It's not going to be too much of a... People are complaining about, oh, how are you supposed to dodge that? I mean, it's surf. It's surf. I don't know anyone who would be able to dodge surf like that. You know? So, with the difference in competitiveness, it's going to be interesting. Also, we do see him eating a bagel there. I don't think that's going to be too much reference to the cafe. I do see the reference in the cafe, but I don't think that's going to be too much reference to the cafe and Gyarados in any way, necessarily. But then we see at Nightfall, we get to see, we got the, we got a couple different Pokemon here, which isn't anything new. And, obviously, Mega Evolution. So nothing too big. Nothing too big. I do think it's kind of interesting that we do see, even in the real life, here we see Dragonite is his normal size in-game, But then we kind of see him start to get bigger. So that's probably a reference to how the Mega Evolution is going to go, where they're going to start as their normal size, Mega Evolve, and grow bigger because of, being essentially like a boss battle kind of thing. And then we got to move on to the next one, which is that.
Get ready
so we get to see a couple of things. The Pidgeys over there, a nice little interesting photo, anime photo right there, which is interesting. A lot of people are pointing out that there's some things on the backboard, which reference in the Mega Evolution. Right now I can't see. I know one of the pictures was supposed to be like a Zubat, or a Crobat, and a lot of people are thinking that we're gonna get a Mega Crobat probably. I don't know. But here we are, Mega Evolving our Ampharos.
ZA. Our story is set in the thriving metropolis of Lumio City, where an urban redevelopment plan...
So, that was another thing that was pointed out. Back here, there's supposed to be some stairs. Right around here. Right behind the play button. There's supposed to be some stairs you can go up, stuff like that. And then you got, obviously, the ladder that can lead up to this little plateau, where I'm assuming you're going to be able to go up there, catch some Pokemon, or the urban, just for the urban designs. And then over here, there is the Holovator. So you can teleport up to the rooftop. And you can even see up here that there's a little, the Holo elevate. The Holovator has a little yellow line right there that indicates where you would stop on rooftop, which is pretty interesting, actually. So let's zoom back. We don't want to zoom it. Go too far into the game.
Here, underway to shape. Our story is set in the thriving metropolis of Lumio City, where an urban redevelopment plan is underway to shape it.
And this is also interesting. We get to see, this guy's got a little bit of a design on his outfit, which I'm wondering if we're not going to see more of that in the game, which I know we got reference to a lot of different design elements for character designs and stuff like that, so where we can customize our characters, and that is crazy. So I'm wondering if this isn't going to be one of the outfits we're able to get. These two right here. We also see the Surpluff up there, and we get to see. Oh my goodness, I can't zoom in anymore. It won't let me zoom in. There we go. We do get to see like a couple different little vendors selling a couple different things. Nothing too interesting, too much. But it is interesting to see that we have Pokemon hanging out in natural habitat and stuff too. Such as right here, we got this little, can't think of what his name is, because I don't use that Pokemon too often. But we got this guy hanging out right here, on top of this little, what looks to be like a parkour kind of thing, where I'm assuming we can go up and catch other Pokemon, which that leads me to also believe, that kind of verifies and confirms that we will be able to climb up this thing and catch certain Pokemon on this thing. The Metagross looks absolutely amazing. And then we got Riolu over there in the back, just chilling out with a trainer. So these two are safe to bet that those are going to be trainer Pokemons, probably. And I'm not sure if that's going to be a trainer Pokemon or just a wild Pokemon, because we've seen a lot of wild Pokemon out there
and
in open.
Pokemon.
So
here, you'll meet your partner Pokemon.
So nothing too fancy in the back, just normal stuff that we've already seen. We do see, this looks like the TV thing? Where you're able to broadcast little films of your Pokemon throughout Lumio City. I wonder if that's going to come back. Because that TV right there kind of indicates that that's probably going to come back, right? Or there is something about music, so it could also be just that is a vendor across from Pokemon Center that sells clothing. And we'll see that later on, because they do show a little bit of what is it? They do show somewhere in the trailer on the mini map where you have a bunch of vendors close together, and I'm thinking that that's what this is, just a city route where there's a lot of vendors close together. This is a clothing store. There's a Pokemon Center. There's probably a cafe nearby, and so on and so
And
forth.
set off on an adventure all your own.
Yep, there's a cafe. You can kind of see a cafe right there. And this looks to be a separate, I think that's a separate part of town, right?
And Pokemon.
Yeah, because we saw green over here. So this was green, and then when they skip ahead, we're in the
You'll
purple.
meet your partner Pokemon.
So,
and set up
and obviously that's a billboard just advertising stuff. Okay, so that is a billboard just advertising things. I just paused it at the wrong moment and wasn't paying too much mind to it.
off on an adventure.
I'm wondering if we're not going to get... There's a lot of emphasis on the train station. I'm wondering if we're not going to get to do a little bit more than just travel back to Lumiose using the train station.
All your own.
So here we are in the Purple District, which is awesome. Call it like the Violet District or whatever. So now we get to go ahead and venture through Lumiose.
Wild zones can be found
See our wild
throughout
zone.
Lumiose City. These habitats were specially constructed to give Pokemon places to live comfortably.
Get to see a couple different Pokemon
Even
here.
Without having to battle, you can catch a wild Pokemon by tossing a Pokeball its way. But watch out, some Pokemon might attack.
This was an interesting spot. If we pay attention to right down here, we get to see a lot of the early on Pokemon. His Tepig's level 12. We can assume most of the rest of his squad is probably level 12. Right here, they don't have a actual team yet. They only have their Chikorita. So this is pretty early on. We get to go to Route 1,
Some
to
Pokemon might attack.
Area 1. So we could assume possibly that they caught all these Pokemon in Wild Zone 1, right?
When that happens, it's time
And then we
to
get to
battle.
see, what was the other stuff? Super effective. Tepig can't move quickly anymore. And then we see right there what we were talking about earlier in another video is the attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed stat. And right now, the last one being the speed stat is obviously gone down. So, yes, we did do a little bit more verification on that. Yes, that is indeed attack, defense for the second slot, special attack for the third slot, special defense for the fourth slot, and speed for the fifth slot. And we can see that Tepig did have it go down.
Moves are assigned to the 4 face buttons. After you use one, a move can be used again when it recharges.
And I do believe later on in the video, we're actually going to see...
Different moves recharge at different speeds.
Yeah, right there, boom. The attack and special attacks that popped up for this Watchog, and you see where his attack and his special attack just rose, and that's gonna be so we'll be also able to monitor and indicate what's going on with those wild Pokemon pretty easily. So that leads me to believe they probably just did this as a way to more easily integrate that, right? So, what was it? Were we still? Yeah, we were still on the same one. Okay. So, then we can see we got a couple different Pokemon here, which we're level 40. So, this is probably pretty late in the game right here. But we're going to go back to level 12,
So
right?
consider which ones you want to use and when. Strategically planning out your next move is...
So, yeah. This level 46, they pretty much got almost a full team of Megas. Obviously, there's Stormy, Ampharos, you got Altaria, you got Steelix, and, like, I don't think Garbodor and I can't think of what their name is either. I don't think any of the other two are going to go ahead and get Megas. I don't think they have a Mega, but we haven't seen that for certain yet. So they could. We don't know. This could be just a slight hint that, hey, these two are getting Megas, and we just don't know it yet. Or it could just be doing like I do.
And keep an eye
And this was another big
out
thing
for
right here.
wild
So, I want to see, did they set up? Did they set up for this?
heat.
No. So as soon as you enter this, you can see it's raining. Which means not only are we going to have morning, not only are we going to have night, we're also going to have weather effects in the game.
And keep an eye
Most
out
likely.
for wild Pokemon
Which
that
is
could
great.
overpower your team. If
And then we
things are
get to
looking
see a couple different alphas. We get to see the first shot of us entering the cemetery of Lumio City, where we can actually a rogue, not rogue mega, a alpha Gengar, which looks so awesome. They changed his design, which we're gonna get into that
tough,
in a little bit.
it might make sense to run.
So we get to see a couple different alphas, and here we see.
Overpower your team.
We know right here we have a vendor next to us because of the demo. We have a vendor which has a cafe, right? I do find it interesting. What's on that little billboard looks to be almost like Mega Greninja. It almost looks like Mega Greninja up there. I don't think it is. I think it's like an outfit or something, but it does look so much similar to Mega Greninja with the black and the pink. And over here, we're not really certain, because I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be safe to say that we're going to most likely get probably something that's close by in most of these, where we can go heal when there's an alpha. So it's probably going to be safe to bet that if there's a cafe nearby, try and see if there's a mega nearby. I mean, not a mega, an alpha nearby.
Things are looking tough. It might
And even
make sense
here-
to run.
Even here, we can see. Let me move myself. Let me take myself out the frame. Hold up. We can see we have a couple different vendors over here, and as we come back, we have more vendors over there. We're over here, which is interesting.
Around town, you can relax with your Pokemon at cafes.
And then
Try out
yep,
the latest
yep.
looking tough.
Oh my goodness.
It might make sense.
Oh my
to
goodness.
run.
All right. Right here. Boom. Pause.
Around
Oh, right there. Boom. We do get to see, obviously, in the last clip, we got to see a little bit more of the vendors and stuff like that, too. Right here. Boom. They're having, like, pancakes or something with their Bunnery. Right? Having pancakes with Bunnery. In the last trailer we got to see a bit of a cake, a purple cake with Gengar. And it's odd to see that both of these foods kind of represent these Pokemon in their coloration or their typing or different things like that. And we do know it's supposed to give us different effects, possibly the rumor states that there's possibly going to be a better chance of catch rates for certain Pokemon based off of what you eat. So on and so forth. We've seen a lot of cafe, but we really don't know all too much about the cafe. Besides, we can sit there, eat, and it'll heal our entire team. And we can, become friendlier with our Pokemon. So that is great. Which, based off the food, obviously is probably going to, definitely going to go ahead and make us a lot friendlier with our Pokemon. But we don't know if we're going to get to choose what we eat, or if it's whatever we eat is going to be based off of what Pokemon we have in our team.
town, you can relax with your Pokemon at cafes. Try out the
And then here we see, okay, that's what I was trying to get to. Right here we see they have a pretty early on team. They're going to show more of this. But they have an early on team right down here, which you can see Ghastly being included, which is great. That means we're going to be able to catch, we're going to probably be able to get here pretty early on in the game. So we're going to probably see some alphas and different stuff fairly early on in the game.
Relax with your Pokemon
And
at
there's their
cafes.
Baneri. We don't see too much more. But then we got the clothing store, which this is where I was talking about. So let me move my chat head. Right here you can see there's a bunch of clothes. We can see that there's a Pokemon Center nearby. I'm assuming across the street there's probably going to be maybe a cafe somewhere nearby. There's a wild zone nearby. We can definitely see that. And then, which is indicated by the grain, which we could assume looks to be like Wild Zone 1 probably, or Wild Zone 2, somewhere fairly early on in the game. And then outside of here, what honestly, studying up on this, what looks to be like we're going to get to see different things outside of different places, because here we have the door indicator, also different outlets, so we can see different outlets even to the corner of this clip, and we see different highlights. So I hear a lot of people stating that they believe that we're not going to go in here, and we're not going to do this, and we're not going to do that, and that we're going to just go ahead and buy stuff outside. I do not believe that. I think this is just to show us a more easier representation of, hey, we have these special clothings available at this special store. And this right here is our hot product, right? These are the products a lot of people are buying. This is our hot product right here. And you go inside, and there'll probably be a wider variety, I'm sure a wider variety of clothing to buy from. And so on and so forth with the other stores, because we can see that this is a little outlet mall kind of design. And anything you know about outlet stores, of course they're going to have window shopping. So I think this is just for a little window shopping, so we can do some window shopping. And we don't have to go in every single store and every single boutique and say, oh my goodness, is this outfit here? Is that outfit there? And look up a bunch of YouTube videos to find where certain outfits are that you really want, that cater to your Pokemon and cater to the design that you want for your character. You can simply bring your Pokemon out, enjoy your day, and also while you're doing, playing the game and going and trying to catch Pokemon and stuff like that, you can also browse by these boutiques and see what clothes are and which clothes catch your eye. And if you like what you see, you go inside the building and you go buy it, just like a real world outlet mall. And that's what I think that's what it looks like to me. Because if not, they wouldn't have this indicator here on the door that states, hey, come on inside, because that's not part of the design. That's an icon that's saying that you can go inside of that store necessarily.
Latest fashions.
And then we see them inside.
Hairstyles.
Even if you look right here, you see them inside the store, kind of almost GTA style, and they're actually getting to pick out their hairstyles, their clothes, so on and so forth. Which obviously right there, it seemed like they were more at a hair salon, so I'm sure that there's going to be hair salon boutiques also, unless they are integrating it into the clothing store, and I could be completely wrong there.
Do photo shoot at your favorite spots.
Oh yeah. You can see local vendors, more of this where we're in the cemetery, which I like that. There's going to be a lot of different cemetery stuff going for this. We also see a wild Spinarak chilling out. So a lot of Pokemon are going to be in their natural environments, just chilling out, and you can catch them wherever they are in any way, in whatever area they're in. So they don't have to be on the ground chasing you to catch them. You could just simply see one flying or see one sitting here, Spinarak on the wall, and just throw a Pokeball at it, which is going to be great. Oh yeah, more ZA Royale stuff. Let's go.
Trainers duke it out to climb the ranks of the ZA Royale tournament.
Okay.
If you're spotted,
so we get to see a trainer with a wild Fennekin, and this is where I've been trying to pause it at right here. This is the interesting spot right here. So we do see we get to do the ZA Royale fairly early on, and here we have early Tepig, a lot of early Pokemon, and one of them being Sableye. So they are stating that there is a wild, a wide variety of Pokemon that we can choose from, including Ghost Pokemon that you can get very early on, which is going to be interesting for us because, as you know, we're doing a Ghost run.
Trainers will challenge you to a Pokemon battle.
But it's just interesting to see that early Fennekin, seeing that early Pidgeotto even, and so on and so forth.
Sneak up on an unsuspecting opponent to try landing a surprise attack.
And here was probably one of the most interesting parts of it. Charmeleon, a level 34 Charmeleon. I'm not sure where we're going to get a Charmander, where we're going to get a Charmeleon, if we're going to get it from one of the professors again, or if we're going to get it out in the wild. But this does seem to be kind of mid into the game. So level 34, level 40 usually is about mid into any of the Pokemon games. So we can assume that we're going to get that Pokemon pretty mid, and it looks like we have a team. Well, let's see if they show us what the rest of the levels are, but we're going to assume that all the levels are the same, level 34. And, you know, we've seen a lot of that in a lot of these trailers. No, so they're not showing it to us. But level 34, you know, that's pretty interesting right there. Level 34 Charmeleon. We either got our Pokemon pretty early on at level, like, I mean, we probably got it from a professor and then leveled it up pretty fairly quickly into Charmeleon, or we had that Pokemon with us for a while now. Anyways, then we see a bunch of these different Pokemon down here. You know, a lot of Watchog, a lot of Barbaracle, Espeon, Altaria, Gengar, which is great. For level 40 level 40 is going to be awesome. So obviously we're seeing a lot of different things right here.
Win enough battles and you'll earn the right to challenge a tougher opponent in a promotion match. Everyone starts at rank Z.
So the interesting thing here that I wanted to point out is a lot of stuff we've seen is level 15 to level 40, and then ranking up from Z to Y, which can tell me two things. Either one, there's not going to be a whole system where you're going to lose control of Pokemon based off of whether you have enough experience to train them, or we're going to be able to have a wide variety of levels to control for our rank up, and that it's not catered to the whole ZA Royale, right? So something's going on here. Something's going on here with that. I'm not sure if it's the rank up system or there's actually going to be battling gyms and stuff like that, or you know, different missions that we have to do to actually get those Pokemon to listen to us. Or they may have just scrapped that altogether and not told us anything about it. And it may just be that we can control whatever Pokemon we want. It's going to be definitely interesting to see, regardless. But we get a lot of either they're skipping around, or we're getting a lot of Pokemon that we're able to control before we rank up to Y.
Reaching the top, rank A.
Which I'm willing to state that it's them skipping around, most likely. That's probably most likely what's going on.
Hotel Z. It'll serve as your base of operations.
Oh my goodness. So we get to see a lot more interesting stuff about Hotel Z. So what we got here? Because we didn't get too many looks at it. Obviously we're secluded. This gives me Team Skull vibes, kind of. We can see the area where Team MZ, where we go ahead and we have our meetings. This is another talking spot.
Serve as your base of operations.
And then that's where usually, the desk is usually where AZ is, and we get to talk to him. So there's going to be a lot of different things for this
You'll meet
hotel.
some friendly faces here.
So a lot that they're hiding from us in this
Helping out
hotel.
at the hotel is either Urbane or Tawny. An aspiring dancer named Lita. And a young fashion designer, Naveen.
Okay.
Together, you'll form Team MZ in order to protect the city. You'll also enlist the help of other folks, like Hotel Z's owner, AZ,
Right.
and the top detective in town, Emma.
Yeah, this is where they seen a lot of stuff. We're early on into right here. Emma's obviously doing some interesting facts. We got a little something. It looks like a Lapras, like a Loch Ness Monster Lapras over there. That's really interesting. That's where everybody's thinking that the Crobat's gonna Mega Evolve. I just think that's a Crobat against the moon, and that's it. Down here we have something interesting. I'm not sure. That looks like almost like a Beta Marowak. And then a lot of different things about hot spots in Lumiose, it looks like. Because they got a lot of emphasis on this. And them doing a lot of research on Lumiose and what's going on in the city, right? So, go based off of this what you will. Take screenshots if you want. But I'm not sure if there's too much to go based off of. Because we've seen this stuff before. And it usually amounted to just about pretty much nothing. Besides story. Story details. Not actual megas. But we do see she's got a Mega Stone on her chest. Which is interesting. A Keystone. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So we know she's going to Mega Evolve. Well, not her, but you know what I mean. Have Mega Pokemon. And then if we go back, honestly, if we go back and we base this, which we know the purple area is probably going to be where our ghost Pokemon are, right? We can actually zoom in on this, right? And you can get a pretty good look of all the different areas. So we're going to be starting probably around here, and then right to the right of us immediately is going to be the purple area. So the purple area seems like we're probably going to get that pretty early on, maybe. Or hopefully we'll get to travel to that place and just get the free travel wherever in the city, which will be great. That'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we don't have a story path. We don't have a designated story path to follow necessarily, based off of where we go in the game.
Is that wild Pokemon are Mega Evolving on their own,
and then all this is just going to be more Mega Evolutions. We did get to see some interesting stuff here.
Team MZ, you'll take on these rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon.
Special attack falling once again.
Best bet against these formidable foes.
Once again, another Mega Evolution that's not on the rooftop necessarily. And then there's Banette on the rooftop, which is going to be interesting.
Have what it takes to pacify the rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon.
And that's, that was the interesting part, was the double team. It looks like that's not double team, that's just integrated. And it does say that they're using Phantom Force. So people are like, oh, well, are they using Phantom Force? And that's what's splitting the Banette. But even before Phantom Force, the Banette is split already into multiple Banettes. And we see even more! It's not just 3, it's like 4 or 5 of them jokers! Oh my goodness.
You can battle with up to 3 other trainers by connecting
that's gonna be fun. The link battles?
Or online. Gather your team and see who can take down the most Pokemon within the time limit.
Oh, that's... I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people are upset because of the whole, some of the Pokemon, the starters being tethered to this, but it's gonna be so interesting. It's gonna be so interesting. I do hope that we get a lot of the link card, so that way, as an item, so that way we don't have to necessarily go online with friends and trade Pokemon. Even though we do know there's gonna be trading in this game, I really do hope that we're gonna be able to just get the link card and evolve. Especially if you just want one and you're not really caring about filling out the entire Pokedex, that would be absolutely fun. Absolutely amazing. But excuse me, I know I'm sounding a little rough. I'm getting a little bit sick, I do believe. And right there, you get to see, there's the trading. We get to see right over here. Right over here, where is it? Our Pokeballs! Our new Pokeball, well, not new Pokeballs, but returning Pokeballs, which is crazy. Luxury, Safari Ball, Love Ball, Dive Ball, Heavy Ball. I don't remember what that one was called. Lure Ball. Oh my goodness, we get to see some more. So I wonder if we're not going to get our Apricorn balls and certain other balls. Maybe even get some Pokeballs from that had the stuff on it from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You know? But there's our trading system. Looks like they're going to try and evolve their Pokemon. And Mega Evolution. I know a lot of people are hating on these because of the tie to the online battling, but I think it's going to be easy to get them, honestly.
Is about to begin. Pokemon Legends ZA, available October 16th, only on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
And that's it.
Systems.
Which obviously we're gonna just get to see a little
Please
bit more.
Be sure to purchase the game edition upgrade pack.
Yep.
Every Pokemon type.
Anyways, but then we're gonna go down to where was it? We're gonna go to X. Go to Centro, and we get to see a couple different actual things. What an interesting name. So they got a lot of music stuff going on over here. That's just showcasing some of the Wild Zone. But we had this interesting picture, which was Legends Arceus. We had a design. We had this design right here, where it's more purple, with the black, a little deeper purple. Then we got a lighter purple for Scarlet and Violet, and now we have a even deeper purple with color changing implements. It looks like for the Gengar here and Legends ZA, which is going to be so interesting. Just so much different things. We got first look at Hyper Beam over there, and obviously Hawlucha and Malamar, which for my leak friends out there, my friends who enjoy the leaks out there, these also have absolutely I can't find it, but anyways, they do not look to be resembling any of the leaked Megastones that were from the trailer for what was it? Mega Dimension. So definitely interesting right there. So with that being said, we're gonna probably head off of here shortly, but we got so many interesting things to look at there, you guys. So many different things. So many crazy things. And as far as all the Ghost Pokemon stuff, so far, that means what we've seen that we'll be able to get for our ghost hunting expedition, or our ghost type gameplay for Legends ZA, or Ghost Challenge, whatever you want to call it. So, Honedge, Ghastly, Sableye, possibly Shuppet even, ? And obviously, I'm sure we haven't seen too much of Ice, so maybe we'll. Usually, Ice is pretty late in the game though, so I don't think we'll be able to get a Snorunt or a Frostlass until later on in the game. But maybe even our Chandelure or Litwick pretty early on in the game will be interesting. So far we got a chance to get a lot, but the ones we definitely know of, we at least get 3 Ghost Pokemon. We got 3 Ghost Pokemon that we can get from the jump pretty much, or we can try to, with the day and night cycle, and between that and going to the cemetery. We just got to find the cemetery is the only problem. We got to figure out how to get these guys is the only problem. So we're going to make some interesting rules, which is going to be starting out. We are probably not going to be able to just jump into this and immediately have Ghost Pokemon. But as soon as, we can do what we got to do to survive. But as soon as we get a Ghost Pokemon, no matter where it is, no matter when it is in the game, we have to dump our entire team and go find more ghost Pokemon. But from the jump, we are immediately going to try and go find ghost Pokemon, 100%. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting gameplay nonetheless, you guys. And all the stuff we're seeing for the Megas and for everything is very interesting nonetheless. But that is crazy. That is some crazy gameplay, you guys. That's crazy footage that we got. So, with that being said, that's all I got for the trailer and for everything in the gameplay. And as far as everything with the Mega Stones and stuff, I don't think we're going to go too deep into some of these leaks. Some people are getting copyright claimed for these small pictures of the Pokemon and stuff like that. So I want to say that a lot of this is going to get hitting a little bit close to home for Pokemon's liking, and a lot of people are getting copyright claimed for, or copyright imaged, leak it for the leak images and stuff. So we're not going to go too deep into it, but be prepared for October 10th at the latest, when we will be going over our full Pokemon team for Pokemon Legends ZA, or what our team is going to be so far based off of the leaks. It may change. It may be different. We're not certain. But we'll go over that nonetheless in another video. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And I hope you enjoyed getting to deep dive in some of the things that we possibly missed, and I hope this made some things a little bit less confusing for some of the things that we saw quickly in the trailers, because I know they go over it so fast and so brief. So, with that being said, keep it lit, keep it hype, keep it real, and keep on doing what you love, you guys. I'm gonna see y'all in the next lit video. Peace.